In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use an infrared effect on your pictures. So let's see how this works. First thing that we're going to do is go to our black and white adjustments panel. And in the presets, in the black and white adjustments, there is a preset for infrared. Click on that, and then you can then make further adjustments to the image in this way. So for instance, the reds, we're going to lighten that up a little bit, and these yellows, let's bring that down a bit. So the infrared effect kind of gives a glowing feel to the overall image, as we have here. Once we've completed the effect that we want for this example here, we want to merge these two layers up. So in order to do that, we're going to use the Shift, Option, Command, E key all at once. And that shifts these two layers up. The next stage is to start to give a soft glow to this overall image. To do that, we'll go to the Filters menu, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Now you can increase this somewhere to the point where the image is still recognizable but quite soft. Somewhere between a 5 to 10 pixel radius is a good starting point. From there, we will then use a blend mode from normal to soft light. And then we have this nice soft glow to the edges of our image, although it makes it a bit dark here. So what we're going to do before we finish off is lighten up the image. But before we do that, let's add a little bit of color back into this picture. Some of the color that we have from our original image. So we're going to click on our background image and we're going to duplicate it. Shortcut key for that is Command J. And then we just simply click on that layer and drag that all the way to the top layer here. Now we need to use a blend mode to push the colors back into the effect that we have in the layer below that. To do that, we can just simply go to the blend modes drop down menu and go to soft light again. Now we have this nice soft glow with color here. If you're not necessarily excited about this example here, just make sure that you are in the Move tool and then just simply press the Shift plus or minus key, and then you can cycle through the different types of blend modes to see which one would work best. Color dodge looks quite nice, so does overlay, but I'm going to stick with the soft light. In addition to that, you can lower the opacity of this effect taking place. So maybe I'll lower this down to about 80%. Look at the before and after, so we're just infusing a little bit of color back into this glowing picture. But as you can see, this red flower in the middle is lost, and so are the details here. Once you start adding a number of soft light blend modes, the image gets darker and darker progressively. So the next stage is to lighten up the image. We'll do that by using a curves adjustment. So click on the curves adjustment area here, and then we'll put the blend mode to screen. Okay, that will overall lighten up the image here. Although we start to lose a little bit of detail here, what we can simply do is just use the on image adjustment for the curves. So click on the hand tool, and then just on one of the lighter areas here, we'll drag that down to darken the flowers back to where they originally were. Go over to the red flower here and let's lighten that up so we can just drag that upwards. Okay, and now we've lightened up some of these areas in the darker regions and darkened the areas that were a little bit too light. We can click on the visibility of that effect taking place, so we've overall lightened up the image a little bit further. You can always lower the opacity back to a degree that works well for you. So I'm going to go down to the background layer, click on the Option key to hide the visibility of all the other layers that we've just worked with. So this is our original layer, and this is our final layer.